Hey there, Salina here, and this video is going to be about my experience traveling by car cross country with an infant. So I don't know if you have seen, if not, it will be linked up above. I actually have a vlog that shows our traveling cross country, but in the vlog I don't really talk much. It's a 4-day trip, so it's I didn't want it to be, you know, too extra long, so I don't do too much talking in that video. But if you would like to see it, it will be linked up above. So in this video I'm just going to talk more in depth about my experience, and then later on, I can't say when, but I will be doing a video on tips for traveling by plane and by car with an infant, and then I will also do tips for traveling by car while pregnant, because I did also travel cross country while I was pregnant. I just never got around to doing the video, so sometime in the near future I will also be doing a video on that. So our experience. So the first day, May 1st, we actually ended up leaving in the afternoon versus leaving in the morning like a lot of people do when they travel, because I didn't want him to sleep the whole time in the car and then not sleep at night, because we needed to get some sleep. And I didn't want to leave at night because I don't trust myself or my brother driving at night. So we decided to leave in the afternoon. So we left about 2 and we stopped, I want to say about 9, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. The whole trip he did so much better than what I expected. After a while he did start getting tired of being put in his car seat, and he would start to fight putting him in his car seat. So like he would arch his back and all this other stuff, so I actually would have to, he's trying to get to the couch and then he's gonna try to move over to get to the phone. That's why I keep moving him. But I would actually, you know, have to push his body down in order to get into the car seat, which, I mean, if you think about it, he pretty much spent 4 days in the car seat and wasn't able to move around too much. So that, you know, was really hard on him. Throughout the trip we would stop every 2 hours to feed him or to get gas. And during those times I would actually, even if it was just for gas and it was a short stop, I would let him out the car seat to get a break from that, because I obviously didn't want him to get too tired to be in the car seat, since we were going to be in the car for so many days. So we did actually end up sleeping in the car the whole time. We kind of didn't have a lot of money to sleep in a hotel, so we stopped at the rest stops and we slept in the car. We were going to sleep in the front seat because, you know, you can recline it back, but that first night he had such a hard time getting comfortable in the seat, so I took his car seat out and I put that in the front seat, and then me and him laid across the back, and that is how we slept in the car at night. And it wasn't really that bad. I mean, it was uncomfortable, but it was doable. We needed to save money, so, you know, we did what we had to do. And I had already planned ahead, and I had a few apps that helped so that we could see, like, I knew about how many miles I wanted to drive each day, so around when we reached that limit, I already knew that there should be a rest stop near that area. And if there wasn't, if we either didn't make it to that point, that many miles, or we went past, I actually had an app on my phone that would tell me when the next rest stop was for us to stop. And then I had also printed out directions that actually had a list of every single gas station that was on the route that we took, so that if we needed to stop for gas, we could do that. And it's always important to be prepared when you're traveling with an infant, because you never know when you need to stop, and like, especially if it's a route that you've never gone before, it's always, you know, important to know where those stops are going to be. So we actually ended up having like quite a bit of snacks in the car. I had apples, oranges, bananas. There were chips. And we got him some little snacky thingies to snack on. So when we stopped, we ate breakfast and then we ate dinner, or if we skipped breakfast, then we would eat lunch and dinner. But we were only eating 2 meals, mainly because we had all those fruits and snacks and stuff in the car. There was really no need to stop for 3 meals. Plus, we were trying to get from Ohio to Washington as fast as possible, as safe as possible, without taking too many breaks, considering that we were going to have to stop every 2 hours anyways. So the ways that we kept him entertained on the ride, we had the iPad, which had his favorite movie Home on it. And then we had my mom's old phone, which had Home and Lilo and Stitch on it. And then it had a ton of games. And then we had a lot of toys, of his toys that he usually plays with back there with him for him to play with whenever he would need it. We had, since there were 2 of us, we had one person sit in the back to make sure that if we needed to entertain him or something, if everything else wasn't working, that someone was back there to be able to do that, or to make sure that he was okay throughout the ride. And that made it a lot easier. I feel like if we both sat in the front, or if it was just me by myself, I'd have had to stop a lot more to make sure that he was okay. So the trip was actually like, one thing that I always notice is that he always surpasses my expectations with everything. So he did really well. I thought he was going to be completely miserable the whole time, but he did so well. He was so content with the ride, and it was like really easy to keep him entertained or quiet and not fussing. Occasionally he would fuss because he was tired and didn't want to go to sleep in the car seat, or because he didn't want to be in the car seat, or because he was hungry. But other than that, he did really well. And that was awesome. It took a lot of stress off of me during that ride, because I thought it was going to be a really long 4 days in the car, but it wasn't. So one thing that I know somewhere in the vlog I show him sucking on a passy, and then it has like the words passy with a question mark. Usually he does not take a passy. He stopped taking one at 3 months because he would just chew on it. He wouldn't suck on it. So I had brought one just in case, and he actually ended up using it, and that actually ended up helping a lot, especially since he was also teething at the time. It gave him something to chew on. The very last day where I didn't vlog a lot, it was mainly because we were going through the mountains, and I was so mad at my brother for this part, because he was in the back seat asleep, and when we're going through the mountains, we were so high up that we actually went through the clouds. And you guys, I wanted to get pictures and videos. There were like rocks on the side, and then there was like little waterfalls going down the side of the rocks. It was gorgeous, you guys, and I wanted to get a video of that. And I tried waking up my brother, yelling all kinds of stuff. I could only do so much because I was driving. And at one point in time, I even woke him up, and he went back to sleep. He was honestly way too tired to drive. And I was pissed because it was so beautiful. And the last time that I had went through the mountains, it was dark, so I didn't actually get to see any of that. But, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe if we ever go through the mountains again, then I will be able to get some footage for you guys to see, because it is really pretty. And the mountains that I'm talking about is actually Mount Rainier. And so, another thing that I wanted to say is that if you've never traveled before, but if you travel through, I want to say, western Montana, there are some really crazy mountains there. So be careful if you ever travel down through that direction, because those mountains are very crazy and very scary. So, you know, make sure you get your brakes checked and you take your time going down those mountains if you've never been on mountains before. So yeah, that is going to be it for this video. The ride was like so much better than what I thought it was going to be, and one thing that I want to say is make sure that you don't stress too much about traveling with an infant. It's probably not going to be as bad as what you think it's going to be. We did a 4-day trip and he did so well. It was crazy. I mean, after a while he did fight being put in his car seat, but it really wasn't that bad. So try not to stress if you do have to travel cross country or travel far distances with an infant. It may actually go a lot better than what you think it's going to go. So that is going to be it. There soon, can't say how soon, but soon there will be a tips and tricks videos for traveling with an infant. And then I will also do tips and tricks for traveling by car while pregnant. So thank you so much for watching this video. New video every Sunday and every Wednesday. And until next time, deuces.